Hey, Lakers fans. Today we're diving deep into everything surrounding our team. And honestly, the past few games have left us with more questions than answers. Los Angeles Lakers came into the matchup with clear advantages: experience, playoff atmosphere, a team full of talent, and seasoned veterans ready to handle pressure. Everything was lined up for a victory. You would think that facing a younger, more athletic team without their star player would be an easy win. On paper, the Lakers had the checklist of all the advantages you could imagine: depth, star power, leadership, composure under pressure, home court energy. Yet, despite all of these factors, they struggled to assert themselves and once again fell into a pattern that has become frustratingly familiar. Watching this team repeatedly fall victim to the same strategies is exasperating because the formula for beating the Lakers is not a secret. Opponents understand how to exploit certain weaknesses, and yet the Lakers seem to fall for it every single time. It becomes hard not to question what's happening behind the scenes. It's clear that the team needs reinforcements, and not just any reinforcements. The urgency for a trade has never been more apparent. People ask all the time, why keep talking about trades? But the truth is, the Lakers cannot operate at full potential without strategic additions to the roster. If this were a different team, like Oklahoma City for example, we might be analyzing rotations or player development. But for the Lakers, the gap between the current roster and a championship-contending lineup is bridged mainly by finding the right trade pieces. We're heading toward mid-December, and this is the critical period for the team to evaluate their options and make the necessary moves. A trade may not happen overnight, but ideally, something could take place soon enough to give the team time to integrate new talent and improve the overall chemistry on the court. The ideal scenario involves not just one, but potentially two key additions. Think about it: a high-level wing to stabilize the starting lineup combined with a secondary piece who can contribute meaningful minutes off the bench. This is the type of strategic thinking that can change the trajectory of the season. Imagine trading the right combination of assets to bring in a player like Herb Jones. This move could simultaneously fill the starting wing role and strengthen the bench without losing critical depth in other areas. Players like Rui Hachimura could be shifted to a bench role, providing scoring and spacing when the starters need rest, while younger players like Nick Smith Jr. can have opportunities to grow and contribute in meaningful minutes. The ripple effect of one or two well-executed trades can dramatically alter the balance of the team. The starting five becomes more versatile and defensively solid, while the bench turns into a reliable unit capable of scoring and creating plays independently. This approach does more than just add talent. It fundamentally changes how the Lakers operate on both ends of the court. We're talking about creating a rotation where multiple players can come off the bench and maintain intensity, athleticism, and transition speed, which is critical for maximizing the strengths of LeBron James and the rest of the starters. The beauty of these strategic additions is that they don't just improve individual performance. They enhance the team's cohesion and tactical flexibility. With players who can run the floor, space the floor, and read plays effectively, the Lakers can implement fast-paced strategies that force opponents to react, rather than dictate the flow of the game themselves. At the same time, improving depth doesn't mean compromising the core identity of the team. LeBron and Anthony Davis remain focal points, but now they are supported by players who complement their skill sets, fill gaps in defense, and provide scoring when needed. It's about balance, adaptability, and preparing for the long haul of the season. The upcoming trade window and beyond December 15th represent the opportunity for the Lakers to make these necessary adjustments. While early trades are uncommon, setting the stage for meaningful acquisitions before the deadline ensures that the team remains competitive and addresses weaknesses before they become more costly. This is where strategic planning, scouting, and precise decision-making come into play. The Lakers have assets that can be leveraged effectively if the front office identifies the right fit. Moving the right combination of players can open doors for others, create opportunities for younger talent, and maintain a high level of performance even when facing the league's toughest competition. What's particularly fascinating is seeing how small moves can have cascading effects. One trade might shift a player like Rui into a new role, freeing up minutes for someone like Nick Smith Jr., who then develops confidence and rhythm, which in turn supports the team in crunch time situations. Layer in other potential acquisitions, and suddenly you're looking at a team capable of competing at a high level on both ends of the floor. The vision isn't just about a single star or a flashy headline acquisition. It's about understanding the nuances of roster construction and how each piece can contribute to a cohesive, high-functioning unit. It's about crafting a starting five that is both defensively versatile and offensively potent, while cultivating a bench that can maintain intensity and produce efficiently. This kind of planning ensures the Lakers are not just reacting to games, but dictating matchups and controlling the tempo in ways that historically have defined championship teams. Watching the Lakers struggle repeatedly to overcome the same obstacles highlights the importance of smart roster management. Even a single high-impact addition can transform the team's performance dramatically. While it may feel like a complex chess match, the principle is simple. The right pieces in the right roles maximize every player's strengths and minimize weaknesses. Fans often overlook how critical this is. It's easy to focus on losses or individual stats, but basketball is inherently a team sport. Every movement, every trade, every decision compounds over time, and the Lakers have the opportunity to make decisions now that could resonate for the remainder of the season. The strategy involves not just reacting to the immediate needs, but forecasting how moves today will impact the team chemistry, rotation, and overall effectiveness weeks from now. LeBron and Davis are still elite forces, but supporting them effectively ensures the team can sustain performance across the schedule. Depth allows for experimentation and rotations, creative playmaking, and sustaining intensity when the starters rest. This creates a team that is not only stronger on paper, but also more dynamic and adaptable in live game situations. The Lakers need trades, yes, but they need smart, targeted trades that integrate seamlessly into the existing system. This is the moment for the front office to act decisively, balancing short-term impact with long-term sustainability. The vision is clear: improve starting versatility, maximize bench efficiency, and create a roster capable of executing high-level strategies without over-reliance on a few players. It's about efficiency, balance, and creating options for every matchup. Imagine a Lakers team where multiple bench players can handle minutes seamlessly, where defensive schemes can be rotated and offensive sets can be executed with precision. The effect on both ends of the court is immediate. Teams can no longer exploit single weaknesses or force matchups that destabilize the Lakers. Instead, the Lakers dictate the pace, spacing, and style of play, keeping opponents constantly adjusting. The ripple effect of these improvements also boosts confidence throughout the roster. Players understand their roles, trust their teammates, and contribute more effectively, resulting in better performance across the board. Even minor adjustments can catalyze momentum swings, energize home crowds, and create winning streaks that transform perceptions of the season. The upcoming weeks represent a critical window for the Lakers to reshape their team identity. Strategic acquisitions, clever rotations, and maximized bench production can collectively redefine how the team performs on a nightly basis. This is not about panic. It is about precision, foresight, and executing moves that provide immediate impact while building towards sustainable success. The right trades do more than fill gaps. They change the narrative of the season, enabling the Lakers to compete at the highest level, maintain playoff positioning, and keep fans engaged with tangible progress. Now, as we dig deeper into what the Lakers need to do moving forward, it's clear that the conversation about trades isn't just idle speculation. It's an essential part of keeping this team competitive. Watching them repeatedly fall into the same patterns against teams that know exactly how to exploit their weaknesses is frustrating, but it also highlights where changes could make a real difference. When you look at the floor, there's a significant gap between the starters and the bench, and even within the starters, there are mismatches that opponents can take advantage of. The key isn't just adding talent for the sake of it. It's about adding pieces that create balance, versatility, and cohesion. Imagine a scenario where the Lakers manage to acquire a high-level wing who can guard multiple positions, stretch the floor, and contribute consistently on offense. Suddenly, LeBron James has more freedom to operate without drawing double teams every possession, and Anthony Davis can focus more on rim protection and scoring without constantly compensating for spacing issues. Pair that with a second-tier wing or a bench scorer who can step into critical moments, and the Lakers instantly transform from a team struggling to maintain leads to one that controls the pace of games. The beauty of these moves is in the domino effect. When one player is shifted to a more appropriate role, say Rui Hachimura moving to the bench as a reliable sixth man, the rest of the roster adapts naturally. Younger players like Nick Smith Jr. gain minutes and confidence. Marcus Smart or a similar addition brings defensive stability and leadership, and suddenly the Lakers have a rotation that can maintain intensity and performance even when starters rest. Depth is everything in the NBA, and the Lakers have the pieces to construct a bench that isn't just filler, but a true extension of the starting five. Each trade, each adjustment, doesn't just improve individual performance. It strengthens the entire system. With the right additions, the Lakers could run multiple lineups capable of executing at a high level, whether it's a small ball five for transition opportunities or a more traditional lineup for half-court execution. This versatility is critical against teams that rely on athleticism and speed because it allows the Lakers to match tempo while still capitalizing on their size and experience advantage. The trade window approaching mid-December is where all of this comes into play. Teams across the league start evaluating who's available, who they're willing to move, and which players fit their long-term vision. For the Lakers, it's not about rushing into a deal. It's about identifying the right moves that can provide immediate improvement while also setting the team up for sustainable success. Consider a trade that brings in a player like Herb Jones, while simultaneously moving a few pieces that don't fit the system. You solve a pressing need at the 3-and-D wing, enhance bench scoring with players like Rui in a sixth-man role, and maintain flexibility to bring in additional contributors, such as a Nick Smith Jr. or Keon Ellis. The cumulative effect is transformative. The starting lineup becomes more balanced defensively and offensively. The bench gains scoring and spacing, and rotations become more seamless. Suddenly, the Lakers are capable of executing a variety of strategies, from high-pressure transition offense to disciplined half-court sets. This level of flexibility is exactly what has been missing in previous games, where opponents exploited the lack of depth and predictable rotations. Beyond individual moves, it's about building a culture of adaptability. Players understand their roles, trust one another, and can perform consistently across different lineups. This trust translates to better defensive communication, faster offensive reads, and a team that can sustain performance over the course of the season, even during stretches with tough back-to-back games or when facing elite competition. The Lakers' current situation also highlights the importance of timing and planning. While big trades can generate excitement, the goal is to integrate new players in a way that maximizes chemistry and minimizes disruption. A carefully orchestrated series of acquisitions, targeting 2 or 3 key pieces rather than a wholesale roster overhaul, can provide the biggest impact without sacrificing stability. This approach is what separates teams that are good from teams that are championship contenders. By addressing specific needs, such as perimeter defense, floor spacing, and bench scoring, the Lakers can transform recurring weaknesses into strengths. Consider the offensive implications. A starting lineup featuring a high-level wing addition alongside LeBron and Davis allows for more versatile playmaking, quicker ball movement, and greater opportunities for open shots. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, a low-voiced buzz has begun echoing through league circles, and it's growing louder by the hour. According to whispers slipping out of the Lakers training facility, LeBron James has delivered a stunning ultimatum behind closed doors, one sharp enough to unsettle even the most seasoned insiders. The phrase circulating is as blunt as it is explosive. If he stays with the Lakers, I'm out. No name attached, no clarification offered, just a tense pronoun hanging in the air, heavy enough to split a franchise in two. Sources close to the situation describe an atmosphere of escalating tension, the kind that can warp locker room energy long before any official announcement is made. Some players, reportedly, are pretending not to notice the shift, while others are said to be bracing for an aftershock that feels inevitable. The front office, meanwhile, is rumored to be scrambling, trying to decode the message behind the message. Who he is, what triggered this brinkmanship, and just how far LeBron is prepared to push. Those who have followed James throughout his career know he rarely speaks recklessly. When he chooses his words, he chooses them with purpose. That alone has fueled speculation far beyond Los Angeles. Analysts are dissecting everything from rotations to chemistry, from practice interactions to subtle sideline glances, searching for any clue that might illuminate the shadowy figure at the heart of this ultimatum. What's striking isn't only the threat of departure, but the confidence with which it was reportedly delivered. It suggests a deeper frustration, something building beneath the surface for longer than anyone realized. Whether it stems from personality clashes, conflicting visions, or a battle for influence inside the organization, no one seems ready or willing to say outright. Still, the rumor refuses to fade. It lingers like static, hinting that something seismic may be coming. And if LeBron truly meant what he said, the Lakers could be standing at the edge of a franchise-altering decision, one that forces them to choose between a legend and a mystery still lurking in the dark. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.